What is going on, everyone? It is Angry Gamer Online, and today I'm back with a car comparison in GTA. Today I'm looking at the Lampadadi Furore GT, which is the new car that was introduced in the latest DLC a couple of days ago. I can't remember what the name of it was, but either way we're going straight into the action today. And we have the Furore GT doing a drag race first. Today I'm comparing it against the Debewche Massacro, which is the car that I believe is currently the fastest car in the sports car category. So I'm going to get a pretty good idea of how good the Furore GT is in comparison to the rest of the sports car category. So there we go, there's the Furore finishing the drag race right there. And now straight on to the Massacro. Now the Massacro is the most ridiculously fast car in every single way in this game in its category. So I'm pretty confident that the Massacro is going to win this drag race, simply because it's four-wheel drive. The Furore is Furore, or however you pronounce it, it's only two-wheel drive, so it's at a bit of a disadvantage off the start. And if you look at the stats, it only has a top speed of 155 miles an hour, which isn't that good at all really for its category. So I would compare it against the Alpha, however I have got rid of my Alpha, so I can't do that. So now let's have a look at the times. So as you can see, the Massacro in 29.437 seconds and the Furore GT in 30.263. So that's a 0.8 seconds difference in a pretty short drag race. So the Massacro is by far the faster car in that drag race. So now we're going to do a lap of Observatory Rush, my track, and we're just going to see which one is best in sort of a proper circuit sort of track. And the Furore is once again at a disadvantage, being only two-wheel drive, and the fact that this car is ridiculously slidey, ridiculously hard to handle. Like, you're constantly fighting with it. Now it is fun to go around these corners, sliding, going about ridiculously wide and whatnot, but it isn't fast. So as you can see there, we did bite a little bit as we landed back down, and we are really fighting for it, trying to stop this car sliding out. And the other issue with this car is that if you don't slide it, it doesn't turn that tightly at all, which is a bit of an issue at times. But either way, this car does have really good acceleration out of the corners, and if you do manage to control it, it can corner really flat and can be really fun to drive. However, as you can see in most of these corners, I am kicking the tail out quite a lot just to keep control, and there we did lose quite a lot of speed there go around that corner. And as you'll see in the Massacro does this track absolutely perfectly. But basically this comparison is basically to see how the Furore compares to all the other cars in its category, and by comparing it against the sort of known fastest car, we're going to get a good idea of where it stands in the category, and basically to let you know whether I think you should buy it, because this car is, I think it's about $450,000 or something, which is ridiculously expensive. Not many people can afford it, and if someone is going to buy it, they want to know that it is a car that's going to be quick. And obviously these sports cars, you're buying them for races, and as you can see up this hill, we are still struggling for control a little bit. We do kick the tail out a bit there. We nearly hit that barrier, which would be pretty bad. We'd probably spun out if that happened. And right here, we once again running quite wide. The tail's running out again. This car is pretty difficult to handle, but it is really fun to drive. So if you're not really bothered about how fast the car is, then it might be a car for you. However, if you're looking for a car simply for races, then this probably isn't the car you want to get. This definitely is, because this car's about $250,000, so it's about 200k cheaper, which is really good. And this car is just, in my opinion, one of the easiest cars to drive, and one of the best cars to drive really. As you can see, it's absolutely flat, no messing around through the first corner. All four wheels like providing the grip and the power just to get around them corners. And here once again we are much more controlled. We did lift up a little bit there, however it was much easier to control. And right now I'm choosing to throw this car into the drifting it around the corners, simply because it's more fun. Unfortunately, we did run a little bit wide there, and this just shows you that even though this car, we had a few bad patches on this lap, it did still win this race by quite a large amount, which is absolutely ridiculous really. So as you can see right now, we're going to cut that corner, we're going to run straight into the sign. That just shows you how confident I am with this car. That could be a factor, the fact that I've been driving the Massacro for ages now, and the Furore is in no way the car that I'm an expert with at the moment. I do really enjoy driving it, however I'm not that good with it yet. I mean, we do spin out all the time with it, but with this car I have so much control. I can put it into nice tiny little drifts which look good, and they really don't lose me any time at all. Now up this hill, this car doesn't struggle at all. the Furore did struggle a little bit, and the Furore, I really was wrestling with it to get it around this corner, whereas the Massacro goes around so easily, you barely even have to try to throw it into the corners. And up here, unfortunately, I did break a little bit messing around there, but either way, we're still absolutely monstering this track right now. And now we did go to quite a low speed, you do for this corner, but it's so tight. And now on this last corner, we do run a little bit wide. As you can see, we're on the pavement a bit, but not to worry. And there we go, across the line. Now, as you can see, the Massacro in a time of 1 minute 48.866 and the Furore GT in 1 minute 52.518. That is about 4 seconds a lap difference around pretty average sized track, to be honest. But anyway, if you did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a bit.